So good morning. So today we are going to say about the unit 2, so method of overloading and inheritance concept. So first one is the method of overloading. So what is method of overloading? So if a class has a multiple methods, if a class has a multiple methods having the same name but different parameters is known as the method overloading. So we can say one example you can easily understand. So keep remember one particular class will have the different methods. The different method will have the same name. So method is different but have the same name. Don't get confused. The method have the same name. All the methods, how many methods are having it? Every method, all the methods have the same name but different in the parameters. So inside the method, you have to give the some parameter values that will be different. So it is known as a method overloading. How to perform the method overloading in Java? So overloading by changing the number of parameters. That is one of the things. Second one, changing the data type. So there are two categories we can perform. So one is based on the number of parameters. Another one is the changing the type of the data type of the parameters. So we can see first one is the number of parameters overloading by changing the number of parameters. So here I given as a class name. The class name is the method overloading. So inside the method overloading, I am going to give the private static void display. So this is the one of the method name. So void display int a. So inside I am giving the only one parameter. So parameter only one parameter I have given. So I am going to print the value of the argument which is given inside this parameter. So this is the one method. So the method number one. Okay. Second method I am giving the same private static void display of two arguments has been given. So two parameters has been given. So integer a and integer b. So in method one, we have given only one parameter is for the int a. In next one, we have the method name is the int a and int b. So this is the second method. Third one. So there is no third one I have forgot to give. So next one is the main function public static void main. So this is the method number one. So display of one means that this value has been passed to here. Passed to here means what will get. So void display a value one value assigned to the way a and then you get the print value of the argument there is a one. Next one display of 1 comma 4. So this value has been passed to here, not here, here. So if for integer a, the value 1 has been assigned, and then integer b to 4 value will be assigned. So we will get the output as the arguments 1 and 4. So first method is the changing the number of parameters. Okay. So this is the method number one. So second one is the method overriding by changing the data types of parameters. So first one is the it is based on number of parameters. Second one, it is also parameter. It is based on the data type. So in previous thing, only we have used the int, and then int. So only one data types only we have used, but different parameters. In method one, we have the one parameter. In method two, we have the two parameters. Now we are going to see same thing, but different data type of the parameters. Same thing. So we have the class name, class method overloading, and then you have the one method names private static void display of int a. Same thing. So previously what we have given in the previous program, same thing have it given here. That is int a. Okay. Next one, you are going to print the value. So what I am going to give the here value, it will be printed here. Okay. So got the data like that, I'm going to print it. Okay. Next one, the method name is a string a. So the void static display of string a. So this is the method 2. This one is a the method 2. So this one is a method 1. Okay. So the same name. What is the method wording? So we have the same name. So method name will be the same. Already we seen the definition. So multiple methods having the same name but different in the parameters. So in different means number of parameters and the data type of the parameters. By two things it will vary. First one we have seen. Second one now we have seen the rest thing. Okay. In the first method, I am giving the data type as a string. Second, sorry, integer, and second method it is considered as string method. Okay. Now I am going to call this value. So public static void minus string of arguments display of one. So I am going to pass these values. I'm going to pass this value to the first method means for the a value it has been assigned. So you will get the output as the get integer data. Next one for display hello. So display hello means it is a given within the double quotes. So it is considered as a string. So in display one first method it is given as the only the integer value. Okay. In second one, it is given as a string value. So automatically, the it will goes to here and it will display as a got string object. So this is the output. So another one more program we can see the same thing. So we have the class adder. The number of arguments. So int add is the class name, and then you have two arguments int a and int b, and you have some operators they have given. So return of a plus b. So addition of a plus b and return back to the int addition function. Okay. Next one, another method is the int a, b, and c. So there are three arguments. In the first method, you have the one method one has the two arguments, and then in method two will have the three arguments. So it is also returning the addition of the three things a plus b plus c. So come to the main function test overloading, and then class test overloading. We have the main functions. Then the main function I'm going to print the value system dot out dot println. So adder dot 11 comma 11. So it means adder minus the class is the class name, and then add dot add. So I'm going to add with the method and passing the values 11 comma 11. So whenever execute this statement, the control will goes to sure. So for the for the arguments A value has 11 and B will have 11. So you will get the output as 11 comma 11. So we have the 20 11 plus 11 22. So likewise second one, so we have the three arguments 11 comma 11 comma 11. The name will be the same thing added at add. So 11 comma 11 comma 11. The control will goes to here. So for the A value, A and B, C value have the 11, 11, 11. So finally, we'll get the value of the 33. So then back to the 83. So this is the based on the arguments. Now we are going for the data types. So same thing. So in first method, we have used the only the int operation. In second method, we have used the double method. So we have the different types of arguments, the different types of data. So here also some values has been passed and you will get the final output. So this is the method overloading. So next one is a constructor overloading. So constructor overloading can be defined as the concept of having the more than one constructor with the different parameters so that every constructor can perform the different task. So you can see one example. So before the wiki, we see the some. So constructor as a special member function whose task is to initialize the object of its class. So it is a special member function. It has the same as the class name. Keep remember constructor name and the class name should be same. Keep remember this is the main thing. Keep remember constructor name and class name should be the same. And then Java constructors are invoked when the object are created. So it is named such because it constructs the values and it provides data for the object and are used to initialize the object, and it cannot be abstract. Even the constructor cannot be abstract, static, final, or synchronized. And these modifiers are allowed for the constructor. So whenever you're going to use the constructor should not, cannot be, not should not, cannot be a static, abstract, final, or synchronized. Keep remember. Okay. So this is the example thing they have given. So here the class name is the school. So before that the class keyword is there, and then access modifier will be the public static public private protected like this. Here given as in a public one. So next one is the school. So actually what is the class name? It is a school, and then constructor name also school. So within the constructor it doesn't have any parameter. So it is known as a zero parameter constructor. Okay. So next parameter, the constructor name should be the school. So the constructor one also school and constructor two also school. So here I am using the different parameters having the string name. Okay, so it has a different parameters. This is the one parameter constructor. For the third one, the class name and the constructor name should be the same. The school it's satisfied the condition, and then you have the two parameters named string name and then year. So here that will belong to the integer data type. So here it is considered as a two parameter constructor. So this is the example for the constructor. So first one already we've seen it's an no argument constructor. That means that a particular constructor doesn't have any values or any parameters. Okay, so that is the thing they're coming to tell. So in this the main thing. So here the private of main. So it means class name is the main function, and then in the main function the constructor name is also main function. Within this constructor it doesn't have any parameter. So it is called as the no parameter constructor or default constructor. So it will have the some values and then it has been processed and we will get the output. Okay, so parameterized constructor means we will have the some parameters. Constructor which has the specific number of parameters is called as a parameterized constructor. It is used to provide the different values to the distinct objects. keep remember here class name is the main function, sorry, main class name, and then string languages. So here class name and then constructor name should be the same. So inside the constructor I have given one single value that belongs to the one data type, that is string, and then corresponding value is the language. So here it is known as the one single value. So this is the constructor construct two types, second type of constructors. If you go for the next one, you will have the two types of parameter of constructor. So this is a parameterized constructor. Okay. So whenever you execute, whenever you take this as a homework and do this program by your phone, you will get the output like this. Okay. So next topic is the recursion. Okay, you can see. So recursion in Java is a process which method call itself continuously. Simple, a function call itself again and again is known as the recursion. It is a simple definition. A function method a call itself again and again. So that is known as the recursion. So process in which method call itself continuously. A method in Java that call itself called as a recursive method. It makes a code compact and but very complex to understand. Yes, of course, it is difficult to understand. So this is the example of not example. This is a neat sketch of the recursion process. So public static void of string of arguments are the main function. So within the main function you have the recurse method. So recurse method means it will call itself and again. So whenever I call this method, the control will goes to the recurse function. There is a recurse function. The control will goes to recurse function. So again recurse function will be called again. So again it will goes for the recurse function. The control will goes to the here. So the function call itself again. So normally it will call recurse means the function call itself and again. So first one is known as a normal method. So second one is known as a recursive method. It is a normal calling method. It is a single calling method. So this is the call itself again and again. So once again call means until the condition is failed, it will call itself again and again. So this is the example program which is very familiar. It's a factorial program. So public class name is given. So we have the static int factorial of integer n. So I given as the one value. So I taken as the one value, it is a n. So if n is equal to n. So what is the factorial? So n into n minus 1. So there is a thing we know the factorial condition. So if n equal to 1 means one value is 1 means it will return to the 1. Yes, it will return to the factorial n into n minus 1. So this is n into factorial of n minus 1. So this is the thing that we have processed. Suppose I'm making a factorial of one value, 5 value means so 5 value should be assigned to the n, and then 5 will be assigned to here. 5 is equal to 1. The condition gets filled, so it will go for the else statement. So in else statement, what will happen? So for n value, so 5 into factorial of n minus 1. So n minus 1 is the 4. So it will process to second. It has been once again it will go for the same thing. So it has been processed until the condition gets failed. So n equal to till n equal 1 equal to 1. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. So whenever 1 it becomes 1 equal to 1. So the condition gets false, so it will stop. So this is the recursion program. So the another one example program has given. So public class recursion. So given so simple if your count is less than or equal to 5 means it will print the value. So to make it simple, this is the recursion one. This is a recursion statement. So you will get the output for the previous program. So again CTCSA 1 up to 5 you will get. Okay. So next topic we are going to see about the inheritance concept. So already we know so what is inheritance, already we seen in the unit one. So it acquires all properties and behavior from parent to child. Okay, this is the inheritance we can see. So why we are using the inheritance is Java means for the method writing and also code reuse. Yes, of course. So we can writing the code will be same code will be repeatedly writing means we can go for this inheritance concept. Okay. So what are the terms has been used in this inheritance? First is a class, subclass or child class, superclass or parent class, and then reusability. So these are the terms we have used in the inheritance concept. Okay, so generally syntax has been used. Here is a class, subclass name that is child name that should extend to the superclass name. Superclass name is represents the parent class. So this one is known as the child class. Okay, so class, subclass name that extends. This is the main important thing. Keywords, whenever you use these keywords, definitely you should understand. Here we are using the inheritance concept. The extends keywords indicates that you are making a new class that derives from the existing class. So keep remember extends, remember inheritance. Okay. This is the types of inheritance we have no. So single inheritance, this is the class A and B. You have a single inheritance. Next the multi-level inheritance, this one class A, B, and C. So levels will be there, and then hierarchical. So we have the hierarchical concepts. So these are the three types of inheritance we are going to see. Okay. Here multiple inheritance is not supported in the Java. Why we can see in the unit 3. So whenever you go for the interface concept, we can know why we are not using instead of multiple, we use the interface concept. Okay. Okay, fine. We can see go for the single inheritance. So you have the class name is the animal. So this is the basic class, base class, and then so inside the parent class you have the method as the void heat. So within the void, so we have some line of coding. So it is going to print the value of eating. Okay. Now I am going to create the one child. Okay. The child class name is the dog. That should extend from the parent class. The parent class is already defined. It is an animal. Okay. So now I am going to single only one thing and inherited. Okay. So inside this child class, I am given the another method is the void bark. Okay, first in the parent class I have the eat method, and then child class I have the bark method. Okay, I have extended the dog from the animal. Okay, so inside the void bark method I have the gate is going to print it is barking. Now this is the main thing. So this is the main program coding. So class name is the test inheritance. So it should have the main function. I'm going to create the one object name. So here is the object name. So I'm going to create the object name. So class name, object name, you go to new of your class name. I have created the child name. So I have to create the object name in the based on the child class. Okay. So child class is the dog, and then D is the object name. So new of dog. So D dot bark means the control will goes to here. So B dot bark means first barking will be printed, and then D dot eat means so in the D dot heat inside the child class, it doesn't have the method D dot heat. So what it can do? So it is the main thing. So whenever I inherit the uh, parent child parent parent behavior to the child class, automatically this method will be comes to here also. So whenever I execute D dot eat also, so automatically these calls will be also printing here. So first one is the barking, second one is the eating. So this is the single inheritance concept. So next one is the multi-level inheritance. So here the same class name it is remaining. So class animal and then void eat. So it is going to print the void eating. That is eating one. It is going to print next one. So it is going to extend. So I'm going to create the one child name. It is known as the dog from the animal. Okay. So this is the animal is the parent class. Okay, and then dog is the child class, and then another one more object has been extended. So I am baby dog from the dog. So here, so I am making as a BD. So baby dog. Okay, so this is known as the multi-level. So here A is the parent class, this one is the first child class, this one is the second child class. So this is a level, is a multi-level of inheritance. So in the first parent method I have the method name as a void eat. In first child inheritance I use the void bark, and then second child I have the weep. So by using the object creation, so you can manipulate and you can get the output like this. So this is the multi-level of inheritance. Okay, so last one hierarchical inheritance. So it is slightly different from the previous one multi-level. So here also same method names class names given say the animal. So within the animal have the eat method, and then class dog extends the animal. So here keep remember. So this is the thing usually happening in the as previously we seen. So in next thing, class cat extends animal. In multi-level, what we have done means here we create the baby dog from the dog second child, but here in from the parent child itself I'm going to create the another child. So this is known as the hierarchical inheritance. Okay, class A is the animal, and then class B is known as the dog, and then class C is known as the cat. Okay, so by using this object creation, you can access and you can get the output. Okay, thank you. We can see remaining things in the next class. Thank you very much.